Today, we talk about poetry. The literature Invictus that we have just read is an example of a poem. A poem is a piece of writing that expresses one's stories, thoughts, and feelings that usually follows a particular pattern and rhyme. A rhyme is an element of a poem that makes sound patterns at the end of each line. It shows a rhythm based on the rhyming scheme used by the poet or the author. An example is this: the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from hemlock tree. Here is an example of a rhyme scheme. Notice how each line follows a pattern of rhyme at each ends. The crow rhymes with snow. On me rhymes with hemlock tree. The rhythm follows an ABAB kind of rhyme, meaning the poet rhymes each end of the line alternately. The same way goes with the next stanza of the poem. Has given my heart a change of mood, and saved some part of a day I had rued. The rhyme scheme of the second stanza follows an alternate rhyme scheme, same with the first stanza, although we labeled it CD because none of the words rhymed with the first words in the first stanza. Here's one that you're familiar with. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. The poem follows a simple pattern that each following line rhymes with the line after it. Star, R, high, sky. Then going back to the star, R, AA, BB, AA. Authors use patterns such as rhyme to make a poem more heartfelt. Another technique they use is what we call figurative language. Figurative language is when you creatively use words to tell what you mean. The first example of figurative language is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a word that imitates the natural sound of an object. Examples are honk, beep, vroom, clank, zap, boing, cuckoo, woof, arf, meow, zing, zoom. The second example of figurative language is alliteration. Alliteration happens when the same consonant sound at the beginning of words is repeated. An example would be, a good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies. These are also used as tongue twisters. The third example of figurative language is assonance. Assonance happens when a vowel sound is repeated in a series. Example would be, I lie down by the side of my bride. The I sound is repeated. Fleet, feet, sweet by sleeping geese. The long E sound is repeated. The fourth example of figurative language is personification. Personification happens when an animal or an inanimate object is given human-like qualities. Examples are, lightning danced across the sky. We all know that lightning don't dance. The wind howled in the night. We know that the wind doesn't howl, but it sounds like it does. The fifth example of figurative language is irony. It happens when a word is used to emphasize the opposite meaning of another word. Examples are, a fire station burns down. The police station gets robbed. A post on Facebook complaining how useless Facebook is. The last example of figurative language is hyperbole. It happens when something is exaggerated to give emphasis. Examples are, I've told you to clean your room 1,000,000 times. It was so cold. I saw polar bears wearing hats and jackets. Now, these are examples of figurative languages used by poets to make their literature creative. Let's try identifying statements on what kind of figurative language is used.